Hey, hello! If you're new here, my name is Bianca. In my channel, we talk about the IVF journeys and all the tips and my story just to share with you, and then if you're less lonely and everything that worked for me, I share with you. Today is a very important video in the journey because it's about the IVF supplements that I took in the successful IVF. Today I am 14 weeks and 2 days pregnant. We have a little baby bump growing here. We are over the moon, super happy. And I really want to be here sharing what I did different in this cycle of IVF. So no more of this talking and presentation. Let's go and dig into the supplements. Getting started, just sharing some pictures about my positive pregnancy tests, and you can see how the line was nicely progressing, and a bit of like my baby bump just to share with you guys because we are so excited. So today's plan is to go into my story very quickly so then you understand why those differences that I applied this cycle made a huge difference. I will share my supplements routine and about the brands, exactly the ones that I took. You will find the link down below exactly with the brands that I took in this cycle. And then at the end of the video, I will also share the recipe of the smooth that I took like 10 to 12 weeks before we started the cycle. And I do think that this smoothie together with this supplements routine made a huge difference and in the successful of this IVF. So let's jump into it. So my story. So September 24, we started our second IVF cycle. This cycle we used menopur. And we just did all the injections. It was a very good cycle. And we do have a playlist only with this IVF cycle that was successful. We do have everyday updates for you. So you can have all the information day by day, how I was feeling, how was the progress, the injections, if my doses increased or not, how many follicles, the ultrasound results, egg retrieval, how many eggs I had, and also the embryo transfer day. And that journey led to in October 24, it was a fresh transfer to our first positive pregnancy test. So I'll just link the videos for this playlist up here. But before the successful story, as many of you, we got a failed IVF. That was in 2023, 1 year before we got our positive. And this fail came with a huge sadness for both of us, and it was time for a change. We decided that something had to change, and that's why we waited actually 1 year to start our next treatment. That is the one that was successful. For our first IVF cycle, we also have a video explaining about our first cycle, and I will just leave the link up here as well. But what exactly changed between a failed IVF cycle and the second IVF cycle that was successful? So I would name 3 main things. First, the mentality shift, the right supplements, and the diet change. But the diet change is not what you're thinking, I'm sure, and I'm going to explain at the end of the video. So stay with me. The mentality shift, just quickly, I just really need to share this because that's one of the reasons why I waited 1 year to start the next treatment. I was not ready. I went to a darkness place after our failed IVF. I was not ready for this. So I had to deal with my mind and I had to heal after this failed treatment. You know, like I had to watch my thoughts. That's something that I have never done. Before that, I just let my thoughts run freely without any kind of filter, and I didn't stop them. But what I figured out, that kind of behavior, just having my thoughts running freely, was not helping me. I was very upset and very sad because of this, because every day I was kind of living again that situation where we got the negative pregnancy result. So then I decided to challenge a lot of limiting beliefs that I had inside of me that I even didn't know that was coming from my childhood. You know, like limiting beliefs that it was like just saying, I don't know, maybe I'm not meant to be a mother. Do you recognize this? My body's a mess, my body doesn't know what to do. And that's actually not true at all. Like look us now, like we have a baby here growing and that's really healthy. My body knows what to do. But I didn't know that by that time, after the first failed IVF cycle. So I had to change this, and everything that I learned, it is in this book. So this book you can find on Amazon. The link will be down below as well. And I really hope this is a tool that you can use to heal yourself as well, because this journey is challenging. This journey is really tough. And I really hope if I can help you like 1% to be happy again, that's what I'm here for. That's why I have this channel. So that's a huge step that I took, and took 1 year for me to heal and feel ready. I started our second IVF cycle stronger than ever, and that made a huge difference. So about the right supplements, right? That's what the main reason for this video, because it played an important factor as well. As I said before, I'm not going to talk exactly about the brands. You have it here in the picture, but you can just go to the links down below and you will find exactly the brands that I use it, right? But before we go to that, a little bit of a disclaimer. Remember, this is not a medical advice. Always consult your doctor before you take any kind of supplements and change your medication, your supplements, and that is really important. And I know that a lot of doctors are not ready to hear about supplements. Unfortunately, they are not up to date with the scientific research around it. I'm a pharmacist. I know, like, I'm from that area, and I learned to advocate for myself. So I really hope that you can do the same and use this video, like I'm sharing my story in this video. And I really hope that you use this information to advocate for yourself, to go to a doctor and say, hey, did you see this scientific research about this supplement? What do you think about it? It's exactly what I did. So I'm just here sharing my story, what happened and helped me, might not help you. We are different, have different bodies, but I do have scientific endorsement for the supplements that I'm going to describe to you here. As a pharmacist, I did my research, and everything that I took, of course, was scientifically approved. So yeah, go ahead and be ready to advocate for yourself, even though maybe the doctor is not that ready. But you are a team, you are together. Maybe you can teach him something and he will like do the best of him for you and your family as well. Got it? So the idea is to just share morning, after lunch, after dinner supplements routine for me and my husband, because he was also with me in this one. So at the end you will have like this screen, like exactly very well like distributed with every single supplement that we took. So be ready for the screenshot in some minutes. For the morning, how did we start it? We started every day with the smoothie. The recipe will be at the end of the video, so just wait a bit and stay with me and you will see the recipe over there. So 12 weeks more or less, like 10 to 12 weeks before we started treatment. So it was like September that we started. 10, 12 weeks before that, we started having this smoothie every day in the morning. And we decided in the morning to have like less fat, just trying to have some kind of detox of our body during the morning period. And then from lunch, everything normal. After the smoothie, what we took was the ubiquinol, 100 milligrams. So ubiquinol, CoQ10. So the right and most important form of CoQ10 is ubiquinol. So we took ubiquinol, 100 milligrams, and vitamin C, 1 gram. So those are the two here. So this is the smoothie. So the vitamin C, the white one, and the ubiquinol, the black one. So then in the middle of the morning, I took the myofolate sachet. That is a combination of the myo-inositol, 2000 milligrams, with the folate, 333 micrograms in the middle of the morning. And that is this one. And I just took it together with NAC, that is the N-acetylcysteine, 500 milligrams. So this is this one here. So I took the sachet together with NAC and together with glycine, 1 gram, 2 capsules. NAC itself, the acetylcysteine, I took 3 times per day. So I distributed, and then I had in the total like 1,500 milligrams per day. And all of these like 10-12 weeks before starting treatment, and I took the same ones the whole treatment. When I got my positive test, I did have some changes, but that's a next video topic, like the supplement for the pregnancy itself. So that is the morning routine. At the beginning of the morning with the smoothie, in the middle of the morning, those two as well, and those are just for me. After lunch then, what I took after lunch, so that's me. I took the vitamin D3, 100 micrograms, the prenatal DHA, so you know, like omega-3 plays an important factor for fertility. It's important to have the right fats, to have the hormone production. And the nice thing about the prenatal DHA is because we have a higher amount of DHA, that we have a lot of like scientific confirmation that it helps with the brain development of the baby and also with the fertility in the body. So I started taking this also 10-12 weeks before. And then I also took a prenatal multivitamin, like those are all the combinations of vitamins that we have inside. We have like a lot of good prenatal multivitamins. I do think that those are important, but I don't recommend you to rely exclusively on the multivitamin. Our body often does need more, but I choose a good one, and that's the one that I took. Important thing here, the folate that you see, that's the right form of folic acid. Just one parenthesis. All of this that I took, nothing was coming from here. I'm Sweden. Nothing was coming from my clinic, okay? So my clinic just told me that I should take folic acid and B12. That's it, nothing more. So that's very little, in my opinion, for a fertility treatment. I'm already 37 years old, so I do know that my body needs more. So that's what they recommended. So number one, I think that is too little. I think our body needs more to be in the optimal kind of metabolism. And number two, folic acid is not something that we should take no longer. Folic acid is the synthetic form of folate. So folate actually is what we find in the nature, like when a lot of veggies and greens have folate but does not have folic acid, because folic acid is something that we did as a human in the industry, and that takes a journey in our body actually to convert the folic acid to folate. But at the end, like, why folic acid should not be prescribed anymore? So a lot of women has genetic mutation that is in it's called MTHFR gene. I do have this mutation. I'm heterozygous for this mutation. What it means? I do not convert well folic acid, synthetic form, and folate, the active form. So what we need to do? Take folate instead. That is already the form that is ready to our body to absorb. And as we don't know if you have the genetic mutation or not, so it's not that often that we run the genetic testing, it's safe to just prescribe folate instead of folic acid. And today is very well available folate in a lot of vitamins and a lot of brands. So that's what I recommend to you. Say no to the folic acid, but folate, yes, very crucial. You all should take folate, the active form of folic acid. Got it? So coming back to the supplements, so that's the summary of after lunch, what I took. Let's see what my husband took, because then also 10-12 weeks before the treatment, he started taking the supplement together with me. So he took the vitamin D3 as well, 100 micrograms, also the CoQ10 in the format of ubiquinol, 100 micrograms. And we bought for him a really good supplement that I totally recommend. It's called Fertility for Men. Here's just a list of everything that is inside, but I will provide the link down below so then you don't mess it up and have the right one. I do think that it was really good as well. So that was after lunch, me and him. After dinner, both of us, we took B12, 1000 micrograms, that is 1 gram. But we also here, important thing, we choose a B12 that is in the format of methylcobalamin, because that is again the active form of the vitamin that is directly absorbed by your body. So that's one that I choose. And the special thing about this one that I really like it is because of the broccoli extract that was together with this one. So this is kind of a summary. And here what I meant for the screenshot for you. So if you really want to save this, that is the time. So everything that we took morning, after lunch, and after dinner. But as a pharmacist that I am, I want to share with you a bit of the reasoning behind choosing especially some of those supplements, so then you know the reason, and maybe you are like together with me and you really like to know the science behind and all the scientific papers. Here in the description I will have like way more scientific papers and links where you can go and study by yourself, and maybe that's going to spark some ideas. But I really want to share, just feel with you, so then you understand more the reason why I really advocate for especially some of those is starting with NAC, the N-acetylcysteine. That is one that I really think played a good factor, and there is a lot of reasons why. So see this study here from the Frontiers Medicine, just say that the role of NAC treatment in women with advanced age undergoing IVF, a prospective study. So they saw that with NAC, it was capable of improving the ovarian response to superovulation drugs in assisted reproductive technologies and also in aged populations. The addition of NAC during IVF improved quality of blastocyst in advanced age female subjects. And that is exactly what I think that happened with us as well. We got really good blastocysts, and actually we got like the fresh embryo transfer, and we have one frozen as well. So different from the first time, we didn't got nothing that was viable, and this time 2 viable embryos. What was the difference? Second study, efficacy of NAC on endometriosis related pain, size reduction of ovarian endometriomas, and fertility outcomes. And look this, NAC is effective in reducing endometriosis related pain, the size of endometrioma, the serum levels of one of the markers for endometriosis, and furthermore, it showed a positive impact on patient fertility. Next, glycine. And why I'm taking glycine? Glycine together with NAC is a powerful combination for fertility. There is thousands of studies, there is a lot of good explanation why they both will increase the levels of glutathione, and that's a potent kind of antioxidant. But you know, ladies, a lot of studies for you to understand it further. I will not take longer here, but just showing this one, glycine, a novel anti-inflammatory, immunomodulatory, cytoprotective agent. And it says in the summary of the scientific paper that multiple protective effects make glycine a promising treatment strategy for inflammatory diseases that a lot of us has, like endometriosis, PCOS, hypothyroidism. So I do think that is really good if you understand more the role of glycine and advocate for yourself with your clinic and your doctor. So, and I cannot finish the scientific paper part without mentioning Katie. So she has the Heal Endo. So she has a really good blog describing a lot of good information for endometriosis and how heal endometriosis. Look at this chart that she has in her blog, saying that the GlyNAC, that is the combination of glycine and acetylcysteine, supplementation and reduction of endometriosis related factors. So the combination of those two that we just talked about was able to reduce a lot of endometriosis related factors that I know that a lot of us has endometriosis. It still does not have treatment, but there is supplements out there ready to help us. So that's why I really decided to take the GlyNAC combination before I started my treatment that was successful. So it reduces oxidative stress, insulin resistance, cell adhesion, and the factors that are kind of markers for endometriosis. So if you have a time, Katie, if you're just watching the video, thank you for your tips and your wisdom, I decided to take Glynac because of what you wrote in your blog. And that day was a blast because then I decided to take, and I really think that Glynac made a huge difference. So thank you, Katie. And just like if I had to choose one more to talk about here and what played a huge difference, a bit more in detail, is Myo-inositol. So a lot of papers there proving how efficient it can be. A lot is shared about Myo-inositol and PCOS. So look here, Myo-inositol is a key supporter of fertility and physiological gestation. Here is just saying that it plays a crucial role in fertility and in supporting physiological gestation. And a lot of reason why, what are the evidences demonstrating that the supplementation with Myo-inositol actually enhances the probability of achieving pregnancy and reduces the onset of adverse maternal effects and neonatal outcomes. Really good paper to read as well. Look at the second one that I chose to share with you about Myo-inositol. The Myo-inositol therapy for poor responders during IVF, a prospective controlled observational trial. And they are suggesting very good results for Myo-inositol and IVF. So that is it about a bit of the science behind the supplements that I really want to spark with you in you this desire of understand more and advocate for yourself. So diets change very quickly, but it's still important. What I changed it, actually, maybe the opposite what you're thinking, because I stopped being super restrict on lactose and gluten. Before that, in my first treatment, I was very far away from gluten, very far away from lactose, because that's what I heard all the time, that we should not take this, we should not take that. I have hypothyroidism, that is like a poison. And I decided that was not helping me because I was trying more than 3 years being far away from this, and that was not helping. So I decided to have a balanced variety of my diet, increase it very much, and I decided to start taking lactose and gluten as well. I changed the breakfast for the daily smooth that I will just share with you like in the next slide, the recipe. And that I think is also full of antioxidants, and that smoothie is really good. I started more mindful eating and also listening my body, what I think my body is asking me to eat. I think that is really good also as a preparation for pregnancy, and a higher variety of fruits, vegetables, and meat. That is something that I was also decreasing together with the lactose and the gluten. So I would say that was a bit of a difference in the diet change here. Just 2 examples from my diet change that I think can help you have a really good example on your mind, how I changed it, and I think it helped me to achieve the successful IVF. After egg retrieval, in 2023, in the clinic, I did in the same clinic. So in 23, what they offered me was not bad. Wasn't, but it was like bread, cheese, cucumber, warm drinks, all of them with caffeine. There is nothing caffeine free. The sugar, the orange juice, it was the artificial one, full of sugar. But yeah, it is for me a surgery, the egg retrieval, and that's what they offered, and I just took without even thinking. But then I changed it. For this one that was successful, what I did, I didn't eat what they offered. I just brought with me the smoothie that the recipe will be just here in a minute. And I took my potato, sweet potato, and broccoli. So I think this helps also with the recovery of the body, because 5 days from the egg collection of the egg retrieval was embryo transfer day. So I really watched my diet from egg retrieval to embryo transfer to be as much as anti-inflammatory as possible, to trying to increase the successful rate, which did. And most shocking, what I did after embryo transfer then. So in 2023, do you know, the McDonald's French fries, everything that everyone saying, yeah, just go to McDonald's, take your French fries. The salty thing is important. And I think like it's a lot of good stories out there that it works. That's why we do have this trend to go to McDonald's after embryo transfer. But you know what? That's not me. Before this day, I think it was like 10 years that I didn't have one McDonald's, or even more, even longer than 10 years. So that was just not me. My body is not something that I go for. So for this year, I had my own very salty potatoes, homemade, and that was successful. So just a bit of example, you know what, talking about mindful eating, really choosing well something that will make good for our body. So that's what I did. So now the famous smoothie, what is that is inside of the smoothie that is full of antioxidants and helping with the body detoxification? Some say that this smoothie is a heavy metal detox smoothie, you know, an inspiration from the magical medium. So my inspiration for this recipe is coming from him. And you can find a short video in here in my YouTube channel, seeing me just going through and preparing the smoothie itself. So then you know the quantities. So, but I really change a bit of depending on what I have available at home. But I always have blueberries, I always have barley grass juice powder, always spirulina, coriander as well, and orange. I like pear, and here's something that I had at home that day. And if you are like hungry at the morning, it's good to have some bananas or any kind of other fruit. So that's what I had this day when I shoot the picture. And here is what we have. So I think and of course a bit of water to make it mix well. So for the quantities, just go to my short videos and you have everything there. So yeah, ladies, I think that is everything that I want to share with you. Like, I really hope that is good things coming to your direction. I hope you all my sympathy and you have my heart as well. If you have any questions about the supplements, you can just have a message down below here. You know that I answer every single comment in this channel because that's what I'm here for. I really hope this video helped you to have a kind of sense that you can advocate for yourself, you can learn, and you know things evolve. So just take this video as an example to keep an eye on what is next in this kind of supplementation, especially for IVF. There's a lot of things evolving there, but it's quite recent this because we just went through the IVF process. So those are my kind of heart guided how do I say this? So lady, I'm with you. I really hope that I could help you today. And stay tuned for the next video. We will talk about our gender reveal. If you are waiting a boy or a girl, we're gonna reveal this for you. Meanwhile, please subscribe to the channel because this helps us to keep sharing this content with more and more couples that are in the same situation. I don't want them to feel lonely. So engage with me, send your comments, and see you on the next video. Thank you. And this is that. We are done. Yay!
Done?
Done! What's up, everybody? Eu queria falar what's up, everybody. Tá guardado. What's up, everybody?
Deixa eu dar mais um.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?